the year 2012 was not an auspicious one for mining in South Africa, and particularly not for the platinum industry. Some people saying it will never recover, or it will recover, but it's going to take many years to do so. Let's have a look at the platinum sector now in South Africa with Nelifar Sharif, who is from Frost & Sullivan in Cape Town. Nelifar, a nice easy question for you first of all. People talk about the gold mining industry having been a sunset industry since 1970. Will we look back at the last year or so and say that is when platinum became a sunset industry?
In my opinion, I don't think so. Current trends show that the South African rate at current production have at least 150 to 200 years of reserves left. So there is a long-term projection of reserves left for South Africa. We also have to look at it in terms of the fact that South Africa has 82% of global platinum reserves and in terms of supply, they supply the global automotive sector and are responsible for 72% of the global supply in platinum. So this uncertainty that's lying here and been in the last year, in my opinion, is more on a short-term basis.
Okay, well that's encouraging. Although some people have said to me that they started investing in platinum shares, for example, around about 2 years ago, and that short-term is now becoming medium and long-term. The problems that is. But I tried to write down before our interview, Nelifar, all the reasons why the sector is under pressure, and the list just kept getting longer and longer. In your opinion, can you sort of give us the 3 or 4 top reasons that we're under pressure?
I think right now South African mines are under pressure given the fact that there's more deeper level minings. The shallow ores of the Bushveld Ingenious complex have been depleted. So in terms of obtaining platinum, you have to dig deeper, which is pressure on operating costs, and that's probably one of the problems we're facing. And also in terms of labor and labor costs going up and wage costs going up, there's a lot of cost pressure on companies right now, and the current situation is really not helping. So I think in terms of there are problems. It's not it is obvious that there are problems, but I think on the longer term, there is a more positive outlook, because if you just look at the platinum industry, we have strong key end user applications such as the jewelry sector and the automotive sector. And while right now, and these are projected to increase, so with the fact that there's a strong demand for platinum, it's always an incentive for companies to supply platinum and ensuring their future prosperity.
Yeah, I mean, we do know that we've got the 80% plus of the PGM reserves. They will last for 150, 200 years, and we should be making money out of this luxurious, almost monopolistic position. But unfortunately, South Africa is proving that it can't get it out the ground at a profitable rate. And this sort of momentum, for example, of labour unrest and wage negotiations just seems to carry on and actually get faster. To me, it's going to be difficult to break the bearish cycle that really emerged so dramatically in 2012, but you seem hopeful we can.
The thing is, the bearish cycle when it occurred, there was a very quick spiral. There was a quick downward spiral of what happened in the economy. But if you just look at it in terms of what platinum provides to the South African economy, platinum employs 195,000 people, and in terms of revenue sales, it contributed 26% of mineral sales, and this was around 84 billion rand. So if we're looking at in terms of what platinum has to offer, in the long term, in the medium to long term, there needs to be an alignment of stakeholder objectives in order to benefit from the revenue and the current benefits platinum industry is giving us. In terms of platinum, mining companies have invested in 500 million rand, close to 500 million rand in community development. So if we're looking at it on a more outward perspective, we need to see that the platinum industry is more beneficial to us than the costs that are there. The costs may be short term, but in the long term, there needs to be some sort of middle ground achieved by different key stakeholders in order to prosper. So I would say right now there's uncertainty in the market, but this coming year is going to be a tipping scale in where the platinum industry does go. But in my opinion, on a more strategic level, if you look at the benefits versus the costs in the platinum industry, there are much more benefits associated with the costs.
Gosh, I hope your enthusiasm and your optimism does come to fruition. Thanks very much for coming in this lunchtime, Nelifar. That's Nelifar Sharif from Frost & Sullivan.